In this short video, I'm going to talk to you briefly about reverse coding. Now, you'll need to look to your own scales that you used in your experiment to determine if you need to reverse code. So you need to decide if you've used the Rosenberg Self-Esteem Scale, the BIMS, the State Trait Anxiety Scale, whatever it is, you need to go and find the instructions on scoring that. You decide if you need to sum up those scores, do you need to average those scores, and do you need to reverse code some of those questions? Now, if you do need to, let's say this question number 1 here needs reverse coded. What you want to do is insert a column to the right and then label it Q1, oops. Somehow know that you're reverse coding it, so I added an R here. And then there's a couple different ways you can reverse code. The fancy way with the formula is to use the if-then formula. So if this cell, oops, so you do an equal sign, if this equals 1, then 5. And you keep going. You don't want to close it there. Put a comma, if another parentheses, this cell equals 2, comma, 4. And this is on a scale of 1 to 5. Now you might have yours coded on a scale of 1 to 4 and you need to adjust accordingly, okay? So basically the idea is that if it's on a 1 to 5 scale, your 1s are going to equal a 5 when you're reverse coding, and your 5s are going to equal 1. If you only have it on a scale of 1 to 4, your 1s will equal 4 and your 4s will equal 1s. Then we're going to comma again. If, again the same, clicking on the same one, equals 3, it's going to be a 3. If equals 4, then 2, and if this cell equals 5, then 1. And then you want to make sure you have the right number of closing parentheses. So, and you'll see here it's counting for, you see it highlights them. Go all the way back to the last one. You see that last parentheses here is now highlighting that first parentheses there. And then we hit, and it says suggestible auto refill. And I'm going to say yes. And then just pretend we had some numbers in here. Another way to do that, if you don't do that, is you can highlight the cell. You can go to this little square here and you can pull down. Didn't like it. Because 6 and 7 aren't in my formulas. So there you have it. The 1 equals a 5, the 2 equals a 4, so on and so forth. Now another way to do it that's a little bit, so again, that's a fancy formula. It's an if-then formula. You only have to copy it in once, and then you can see like here, it's automatically doing the C3 cell for all that, and so on and so forth. Down here, it's giving you the C11 cell. Another easy way to do it, let's say the happy one, let's just add some scores in here too. This is on a scale of 1 to 4. So the happy one doesn't need reverse coded, but your sad one does. So again, I'm going to insert a column to the left, and this is on a 1 to 4. So another way to do this, we want to head of the column, it's our sad reverse score, and you can put an equal sign and go to the number above the top number of the scale and add a 5 minus that cell. And you can see then we pull down and we highlight. And let me just show you how you do that. Click on the square. You see this little square in the corner. You'll get this little bracket thing. Select and drag down. And so my 3 equals a 2, my 4 equals a 1, my 1 equals a 4, my 4 equals a 1. So here I've reverse coded, and it is a little bit easier. If I was doing that over here, I would have to do it subtract from 6. So again, my scale's 1 to 4. I subtract that cell from the number above the top ranking score. Now, let's say you need to get a sum. This would be the same for an average, but now I can't just hit my sum and take all of these, right? Because I don't want all of those. That wouldn't be right. I only want, let's say I only want, we'll just go with happy and sad for this scale, right? I just want the sum of those two. I don't want the sad that's not reverse coded. I want my happy score. I want my sad reverse scored. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go into my parentheses, the sum formula, and I'm going to click on my happy scale. And I'm going to click a plus sign, and then I'm going to click on my sad reverse column. And then it's added up just those two columns. Again, I can copy and paste that formula the same way I've done it in the past. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that will, for those of you that need to reverse code, you'll understand. Again, it could be the same thing with an average. If you go over here, if you needed an average, go to your formula, you get an average. Again, maybe I just want my happy, and then I hit, did a plus sign. Actually, no, not a plus sign. I would do my happy and my sad reversed, and then that's going to give me an average of those scores. And so here it's an average of 2 and 3, and that makes 2.5. It makes sense. Again, you need to decide, do you need a sum, do you need an average, or do you need something else? Okay, it is up to the scale that you used and your dependent variable. So please spend some time thinking about it. Feel free to visit me in office hours if needed. I'm happy to go over that with you.